Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. We are honored to present our research entitled The Birth of English, exploring the characteristics of Old English and the role of Anglo-Saxon in its evolution. This research was written by Hena Rani, Lintang Faustina, Lola Nurdiansyah, and myself, Yunda Sanukerti. The first slide is Abstract and Purpose. Our study explores how Old English evolved into modern English. We highlight the impact of Celtic, Germanic tribes, Christianity, Norse, and Norman French. The main purpose is to understand the characteristics of Old English and how the Anglo-Saxons played a major role in shaping the early English language. The second is methodology. We used a qualitative approach focusing on phenomenological analysis. Our primary source is in the book A History of the English Language by Baud and Cabell. The analysis focuses on four aspects: phonology, vocabulary, grammar, and sociolinguistics.
Hello everyone, my name is Hena Lutfia Rani, and I would like to explain about literature review. Okay, according to Baud and Cabell, Old English was a highly inflected language, mostly derived from Germanic roots. The arrival of Christianity introduced many Latin terms. Other external influences, such as Celtic, Norse, and French, contributed to the vocabulary. However, the Anglo-Saxon had the greatest influence, especially on the structure and basic word roots. We will move to the next slide. It's about origins of Old English. Old English began forming after the migration of the Anglo-Saxon and Jutes in the 5th and 6th centuries. This tribe brought different dialects of West Germanic language, which then merged into early English. This migration laid the foundation for English as we know it today.
Okay, moving on to the features, phonology and grammar. In terms of phonology, Old English had unique letters like thorn and eth to represent the th sound. Stress was usually on the first syllable, and grammatically, it was an inflected language. Pronouns, nouns, and verbs changed based on case, number, and also gender, allowing flexible word order. The next feature is vocabulary. The vocabulary was primarily from Germanic origins. Words like König, we know now as king, and then ship for ship, and the last one is wife, that was with in the Old English, reflect on this heritage. After the arrival of Christianity on the 7th century, Latin terms became more common in the English lexicon.
Okay, so there are four causes of Anglo-Saxon influence. First is give English its basic syntax, vocabulary, and literary traditions. The second is reflected in values, culture, and oral storytelling. The third is legacy, powerful epic poem in Old English. So the Anglo-Saxon influenced English in many ways. They passed down traditional values and storytelling culture that shaped the language. A significant literary legacy from this period is powerful, a cornerstone of English poetry. The next is shift to modern English. English changed drastically after several historical events. Viking invasions brought Old Norse elements and simplified grammar. The Norman conquest introduced French vocabulary and further reduced inflections. By the 16th century, English had become a more fixed and standardized language. Okay, finally we come into the conclusion. In conclusion, English evolved from a synthetic, highly inflected language into an analytic, structured language. The Anglo-Saxons laid the foundation of English vocabulary and grammar. Modern English now contains over 34,000 commonly used words and is easier to learn as a second language. Understanding Old English helps us appreciate the history and richness of our global language. Okay, thank you. That's all from us. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.